God, and I have fallen in love not just with 23 adults. I have fallen in love with my faith and with my God. So there are times when God calls us to mismatch our shoes. And it is scary, I'll tell you. It's not easy. And it is still a struggle, because I still struggle with where I think my life should be and where I'm at. But I continue every day to just take the next step. I don't know 6 months from now if I'll still be there. I don't know. But I know Thursday this week I will. So I take that next step. We want to find joy in a good pair of shoes because we want to choose them. We want to choose them because they're comfortable, because they're on sale, or because they match. But God wants to slip on a pair of shoes that may give us some blisters. They may rub our feet the wrong way. They may not always feel good on our feet. And God doesn't promise to always give us the pair of shoes we want. He only promises that He will walk with us. So how do we find joy? Well, the biggest lesson that I think we can take from all of this is to know that our joy does not come from the shoes that we're wearing. Sometimes they may be slippers, sometimes they may be comfortable, sometimes they may match. That's great, that's fine. But our joy doesn't come from the shoes we're wearing. Our joy comes from how we're walking, whatever pair of shoes we're in. And when someone can look at you and they can see how full of joy you are, no matter what shoes you're walking in at the time, no matter where your life is right now, that's the inheritance we give the world. It is so easy to be happy when we have the right pair of shoes on. But who's the person in your life that you can look at and say, you know what? I can look at that person and I can honestly say that I see Christ in them because they are full of joy even when things don't go their way. That's the inheritance I want my children to have. So how do we find that? Well, the first thing, joy comes from God. God wants us to rely on Him, not the shoes, Him. God tells us in Psalm 31, since you are my rock and my fortress, Lord, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. And I would add to that, lead and guide me in the walk. Whatever shoes you put on me, Lord, lead and guide me in the walk, so that my walk can be full of joy. Number 2, God wants us to trust Him. In Psalm 119, verse 105, your word is a lamp unto my feet, O Lord, and a light for my path. That is a very challenging verse for me, because I'm a control freak, and I want a spotlight. I want a spotlight in the next week. When you like a huge spotlight, you know, like this big, and it just shines and you can see exactly where you're headed. That's not what we're promised. We're promised a lamp unto our feet. So all we're asked to do is take the next step. We don't know what 10 steps ahead is, but we can take the next step and trust God for the next one. And God wants good things for us. This has always been another verse that challenges me because I know how much I don't deserve good things. And I knew that before I was even a Christian. When I met Mike, we had been dating maybe a month. And this is before I even really knew what being a Christian was about. But I knew there was a God. I had prayed to God. I had some, idea that I felt like there was a hole in my life and I was seeking, and I didn't really know what it was. And we had been dating about a month, and I found some lumps in my armpit. And had to go have surgery, and the initial diagnosis was possible lymphoma. And I was only 20. And at the time, my first thought was, of course it's lymphoma. Of course I'm going to die. I've just fallen in love. God wouldn't allow me to find this wonderful person and fall in love. Why would He give that to me? I had this image of God as if He's up there thinking, well, I don't like that Trish. Let's just give her something. She doesn't deserve this, so let's just take care of that. That was my image of God before I was a Christian. I just had no idea that there was this love, and I still struggle with that reality, but God wants good things for us, and he tells us in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." He wants us to walk with joy no matter what shoes we're wearing, because he promises us a hope and a future. That is a given. The inheritance of joy does not come from other people seeing the shoes we're wearing. You know, you can go, "Hey, look, 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 new shoes, they match, they're comfortable." That's not the inheritance of joy. That's not where they're getting it. They're getting it from watching you walk. It's how you walk. That's how you pass down your joy. Because the shoes we wear change. You might go from nice shoes to uncomfortable shoes to slippers to tennis shoes to high heels to work boots. The shoes you wear in your life will change over an entire lifetime. They will constantly change. But our walk of joy will never wear out. It will never tear. It will never break. Our walk of joy will never fade. Our walk of joy fits any size, any shape, and any age. And I have really big feet, so that is a good thing for me. Our walk of joy will make others want to walk where we walk. They will want to know where our joy comes from. And in the long run, they will want to seek out the same God that gives us our joy. That is our inheritance of joy. They will seek out Jesus themselves because they see us walking a joy walk. Thank you very much.